G'day people, this is Monster Dad. Welcome back to this single player Space Engineer Survival. Gave the Sky Crane a little bit of a makeover, make it more our colours. Oh, and the salvage bomb as well. So you notice this ship has gone, the Infinity that we were salvaging, and let's put my jet back on before jump off this. So yeah, it's all, I moved it all into the large container, so this is what we got from it. So yeah, some gold, silicon, cobalt, which is nice. Yeah, super conduit, medical supplies, 92,000 steel plate. That should keep us going for a little while, he thinks. Yeah, and it's not even barely full. What I've decided is to go and salvage that fortification we took down last episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off this little beauty over at that. Let's turn on the merge block. Oh, and a territory defence station has popped up, as you can see, just over our frontier outpost that we took over, 7.69 kilometres from here. Yeah, so another target. So I'd really like some suggestions actually as to how to take that one out. What I'm thinking of doing myself is trying the turret bombs again, but somebody mentioned, I do apologise, I can't remember which comment it was. It was one of the previous episodes. Somebody mentioned that there is a mod, a turret mod, that gives you, missed that completely, didn't I? More control over what the turrets can target. And what I think I'll do is I'll have a look at that mod, and if that looks like it's going to be suitable, I'll try that one. We're not quite connected, are we? We're not quite there. Connected. Okay, good. Yeah, so if that mod looks like it's going to provide what I need, and what I needed was more control over what the turrets can target, because I wanted them to be able to target the actual turrets and guns on the enemy base rather than just take the base apart like it did with that bunker. It was a bit too effective. But if that mod looks like you can do that, then I think that's what we'll try with this next one. At some point. But there's other things I want to do in the meantime, because I think we're losing a bit of focus as to what we're trying to do here. I've had a bit of fun taking these bases, but what we need to remember is our real focus is getting up to space and building the infrastructure and base to support a very, very large battleship that's going to consistently and continually go to war, and that is our ultimate goal. So phase one, I guess, I suppose there's 3 phases to this, or 3 chapters to Captain Dad's story. First one is to secure a base on this planet, and we've decided to make that base a hydrogen processing base, because we're going to use doing some repairs. Yeah, not for long. We're going to use that. We're going to use the hydrogen reactors mod, so we need liquid hydrogen to power those reactors. So to that end, we're going to make a huge hydrogen processing base. Now, are we down? Let's take this. Bobs are on, aren't they? Yeah, because they're fixing that. Let's release the merge block, let that settle. We'll just hang here for a moment. I'm going to paint this whole thing pink, and then the Bobs will take it apart. We should be able to get all of this into this cargo container as well. So, yeah, so the focus has got to be getting this base ready this hydrogen processing base and sorting a system out where we can automatically deliver this liquid hydrogen to a space station that can then refuel the liquid hydrogen reactors that were powering the battleship and the space-based craft. So to that end, what I did in between episodes is prepared a load of building, which I'll go back and show you in just a moment. Okay, we're on pink. Let's get a block in hand and paint this bad boy pink. There we go. So Bob should now start taking this whole thing apart. There we go. And should be in range for the whole thing. Get off in case he takes the block from directly under me first. Okay, so we can let that run. I'll nip back to the base and I'll show you what I've done. So I'll meet you there in just a moment. Later. Welcome back. So what I did was a bit of building over here. I decided the hydrogen processing plant will be a slightly separate base to this one, so it's not joined to this base. It will have its own power and basically be independent of it. So what I've done at the moment is I've set up, is it 7 or 8? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connectors, and that will be for the cargo drones. Fully extendable. The connections are all on surface here, and this is the point that it all starts being dragged down below the surface. So this is totally extendable. Probably if I was going to extend it, I'd extend it out this way. I've just got to think about give it enough spacing for the cargo drones to not crash into each other. So this is the layout of the building at the moment that I've got. So if I turn off the jetpack and put on my light so you can see. So we've got a little control room here. There's a reactor there ready to go, a control chair. I think there's a programmable block there as well, just in case we need it. So over here, it's difficult to see all these frames. So around here, I've got cargo containers, and these go below, and I'll show you below in a moment. So there's a lot of this, a lot of cargo, and it's all sunk into the ground. And on this side of it, we have hydrogen tanks, because the automated lifter that will take the liquid hydrogen from the cargo containers up to space will have hydrogen engines, so that will be refilled every time it lands as well. So this connects both on excuse me, up to connect up there where the lifter will dock. And again, these hydrogen these hydrogen tanks go down below as well. So what we have here is a ladder, which I can't use because it hasn't been built. So let me do it the old-fashioned way with a jetpack. So down here I have a ton of hydrogen tanks, more than enough. And over this side I have 3 large cargo containers, again extendable if need be this way, but that should be enough for the liquid hydrogen, because at the moment I've been making a ton of it in the one cargo container over there that we have our bobs connected to, and it's not taking up much space at all, very little space. So through here we have all the connection system going through here. These are hydrogen evaporators. They will produce the hydrogen fuel for the lifter, and what have I got? And the ice processor units. These produce the liquid hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And then over here I have a ton of large containers that connects up to that connector up there, and these will store all the ice as it's being processed. Over here I have conveyor sorter there and conveyor sorter there. The conveyor sorter on this side probably not necessary, because these can only take hydrogen fuel, hydrogen gas, so nothing else would go into those. But this sorter is here to stop the ice. If these containers down here get full, I don't want the ice filling up these. These are purely for the liquid and hydrogen, so this sorter is to stop that from happening. So very basic setup, really. Yeah, just needs to be built. So what I'm going to do once the salvage bomb has finished taking apart that next base, I'm going to bring it and just drop it nearby here, and those 4 bobs will start putting this thing together. And there should be enough there will be enough components in that. May struggle for motors actually, because a lot of this stuff take motors. All the conveyor, all the conveying blocks take motors. Large containers take 20 motors, and there's a lot of those. What about these? No. But yeah, we may struggle with motors, but I can always make a ton more and just bring them over in the rover. Bring them over in the rover. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'll build this up to make it look nice as well, but at the moment I just want to get this first footprint and all the components built. So yeah, because we've got to start getting on with completing the first phase of this plan, and that is to get this hydrogen processing facility up and running. Yeah, cool. And then over here, so this was going to be our little drone factory. That's still the intention. Got a few ideas on how to make it look, so what I'll do is probably work on that whilst this other one's being built. Yeah. So what this will consist of basically is a projector that will display the cargo drone. We've got the cargo drone over there. I can't remember whether I blueprinted it or not, but I'll make sure I do, because that one works perfectly fine. Do you know what I will do is check how much fuel it's got left in it, because I can't remember how much we put in it initially. Was it 50 ingots? I am definitely going to have to go and do another uranium run, because we have been going through, we've used over half of it so far with the equipment that we have. Let's have a look. So it's used 20 uranium so far, and how much is left in this? It's about halfway through it. Still 6 million units left in this one alone. Yeah, it left quite a hole. Cool, pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll just blueprint this, and put another 7 of them down across the ice, and then what we'll do is get the cargo drones built. Like I said, that will be a projector. Bobs will build them, and will devise some sort of system where it will automatically disconnect. It's not going to work. Actually, that will just fall down to its doom, won't it? If I do that, yeah, we'll have to manually put some fuel in it, because there's no battery on this, so I won't be able to automatically disconnect the completed projection once it's built. Otherwise, it will just fall down and smash into pieces and damage. So yeah, we'll just have to build them and then manually put some fuel into it. Do you know what? Have I even left somewhere to put fuel in manually? I haven't, have I? Foolish boy. Did I leave a jump start? I think what I'm going to do is add one of the... Let's get rid of some of this rubbish from my G menu. One of these, one of the compact batteries. I still haven't decorated this, have I? I haven't given it our colours. So what I could do is add one of the compact batteries somewhere like here, And then that way when it's built, the battery always starts with a third power. That way the engines will be powered automatically, so there won't be any accidents when we disconnect it. Also, what I can then do is put the uranium just into the connector here, because the connection system will be working because of the power from the battery. Okay, so that's a quick fix for that one. Okay, cool beans. And then the time consuming bit, which can't really be avoided, is setting up the routes for all the cargo drones. That's going to be time consuming, a little bit tedious I guess, but the end result I think will be pretty cool. And again, my intention here is to build like a control tower here. I know it's not part of this building, but that doesn't matter. I mean, as long as this has an aerial, an antenna. The drones will have an antenna. It doesn't matter where I sit, as long as there are antennas connecting them, I can control them. So I can still have the control tower over there, and I'll also put an antenna on the actual base here and a remote control. So I'll be able to control and check out the contents of this base over here from this control tower as well. So yeah, it will all be controlled from this main base. Should be good. I'm looking forward to getting it done. It'll take a bit of work, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I might go and grab some uranium. Do you mind me grabbing uranium on camera? I don't think you've seen this in use yet, have you? This vertical miner. Where are my engines? Boom. How much power do we have? Tons. Enough power for years, apparently. Now, uranium. I think it was just over here. Let's go to our GPS. Uranium, 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 where are you? Mine uranium. There we are. Oh, really? All the way over there? That was that first one we got. I must have one closer than that. Do you know what? I haven't mined any uranium around here. That was that first uranium that we mined just to get us up and running. So this is going to be the closest one. I haven't actually mined this one out yet. There it is, on the ice. Whee! Might as well make another hole in the ice, eh? So there's only manoeuvring thrust to right and left on this one. That's why it slows down gradually. Let's switch on our ore detector. And we won't put the ejectors on yet, otherwise we'll end up damaging our ship. Drills work. Okay, so the uranium just under here. Nope. Where is it? Is there really none closer to the surface than that? However, I am 80 meters in the air, so that probably doesn't help. There we go. Let's get close to the surface. Not that close. So let's try and get right over the uranium deposit. That should do us. It's pretty deep. And then what we do, we'll do a right click drill initially. We don't need the ice. Normally I would mine the ice out first, but yeah, we seem to have a fair amount of that. It's the only thing with this, well, the same as any mining vessel. You've just got to keep an eye on your nav ball on the bottom right there and try and keep it nice and level as you're mining. Actually, it rips through on the right click drill. pretty speedy. I may just miss this uranium actually. Do I have all the lights on? No, I didn't. That helps. Let's just keep going. I don't think we're far off now. Is that uranium? That looks like uranium to me. So yeah, one of the downsides to this, I think they're easier to handle and they're a little bit safer than your horizontal miner. One of the biggest downsides is if the deposit is quite deep, it can take a bit of time to mine through stuff. So we're already through that uranium deposit. So just a case of moving over a touch and going again. Right click drill down to the deposit and then mine it out. Like I say, it leaves gigantic craters in the ground. But then, you know, if you like things like silo type bases or underground bases, you could actually then use something like that as part of your base. Right there. Okay, I think we're on there. Just about on the deposit. Close enough. Come on, come on! Through the deposit yet? Not quite. A little bit more. Oh, damn, I pressed right click drill then. I just wasted a load of uranium. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Foolish boy. Alright, are we through? Yeah. So let's look how much we've got so far. 26,000. But a lot of stone. Yeah. Might end up coming across that silicon deposit while we're at it as well. Oh yeah, we just touched the silicon deposit there, look. So we might as well grab that as we're going past it. Or have we missed it? Yeah, we just skipped to the side of it, didn't we? That silicon deposit. Are we on the uranium? Not quite. Sometimes it's really difficult to tell whether that's the resource, whether it's stone with the new textures. There it is. Alright, change our drilling. grab this bit. Yeah, like I say, personal preference with the miners. You know. So what have we got? 60,000, that should do us. And then what we do with the stone, just tilt backwards a little bit, switch on the ejectors, and let them do their thing for a moment. Or go and empty them on an enemy base and bomb them. I suppose we could carefully move around while we're doing this. As long as we keep tilting backwards, we shouldn't do any damage. Yeah, just about lined up. Okay, just coming into dock. There we go. Lock, engines off, and there we go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Job done. So that'll be a load of uranium processing now as well, and I think I've rigged it up so that uranium will go straight into that reactor. I think what we'll do now is nip over and see how our salvage bomb's getting on, and then we'll call it an episode. So I will see you over there in just a moment. Later. Welcome back. I accidentally headed off in the wrong direction. I just looked at the mountain and went that way, but as I was coming over here I saw something on the ground. There's no antenna. I don't think it's a rock anyway. It looks like wreckage of some sort. Keep getting a lag spike every now and then. Yep, definitely a wreckage. Let's investigate this before we head over. I can see in the distance, I don't know if you could see it. No, can't see it from here. But you can see the spark. Oh yeah, see over there in the distance, the sparks flying out from the bobs taking apart that base. The antenna's gone, so they've obviously taken that apart. So it's obviously not completed just yet. Meanwhile, I might as well check out this wreckage and put a GPS marker on it. Here we go. And touchdown. Ooh, large cargo container. Let's see what's in this little thing. Keep getting little lag spikes for some reason. I don't know why. Nothing. I tell you what, the loot so far in these things has been pretty disappointing, I've got to say. I don't know how deep this thing goes. My imagination is, I think that might be upside down, whatever it is. Let's have another look inside that and see if there's anything else of interest on it. Oh, it's a gravity generator. That's some nice components. Okay, so let's show everything. Is that it? It's a large container and a collector. Oh, that's all we can see because we don't own it. So, let me see. 4 stabilizers. Gravity generators. Some reactors. I'm not sure what it is. It's thrusters. It looks like some kind of small mining cargo ship. There's the reactor. Let's see what's in the reactor. Nothing. Okay, I mean, we will salvage it. I mean, at some point, because why not? Let me just stick a GPS marker on it. Some you win, some you lose. That other McMonstad one was when I was drilling the area underground for the hydrogen plant. Wreckage. That's not how you spell wreckage. Wreckage. Okay, cool. Bye bye wreckage, we will see you later. Meanwhile, let's head back over here where all this grinding's happening. Welcome back. Right, so that territory defence station over there obviously doesn't spawn drones because within 6 kilometres of it and there's no drones. Not sure what's going on with those strange shadows. Oh, do you know what? That's the route that I used to dig underground. Is that where I entered? Yeah, it must be. It's weird that from a distance it messes up the voxels. Must have got close to the ground in a couple of areas then. Either that or my tunnel's collapsed. Okay, well there's not much of it left, is there? That's for certain. Might as well land straight on top of the salvage bomb, hadn't we? Nearly in. Connected. Oh, what on earth was that? How did I open that? Oh yeah, there's my hole. Yeah, so not a lot left. Cool beans. Yeah. It's only used a fraction of its uranium as well. We put 50 in there. So it doesn't cost a lot to take these things apart. Good. Lots of components. Look at that. Perfect timing. It's just finished. Right, what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to go and salvage that other wreck. And then from that point... Why do we have a white signal down there? That's weird. I'm going to have to go and investigate that, because a white signal usually means some kind of neutral vessel. So it could be that because we've come sort of 10 kilometers away from over there, that a wreck may have spawned. Oh no, that's ice. Oh, I see why. That's because I left the ore detector on the miner. That's why it's just coming, just bringing up that. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll call it an episode there. I'm going to head over to that other wreck, salvage that, and then start putting together our hydrogen processing facility. And I'll show you in the next episode how we're getting on with that. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please give the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Please follow on Twitter as well, that also helps. And if you're able to, share the playlist on social media and bring in the followers. And I will see you all in the next episode. Later!